that's the border exit building in Belize, at the border with Guatemala. We have this beautiful pavement sliding through the turns, and all of a sudden this started happening. So that's the border exit building in Belize, at the border with Guatemala. Just got stamped out, got the bike stamped out as well. And now it's time to get through this lineup. Apparently we're gonna have to be fumigated, or at least the bike in Guatemala. So I've been advised not to go through the sort of car wash that they have there, otherwise I get fumigated as well. So let's see how that goes. Right over my shoulder over there is the car wash, the fumigation station. Don't go there on the bike. Instead, I went right here, which is a little sidewalk, so they don't really seem to care too much about bikes. We're walking inside Guatemala right now. The border is behind me right there. The bike still has to get through there, so I'm just working on clearing that in. Over there's Guatemala, and check out this bloody tree. It's a very cool tree. I love it. And yeah, what do we have to do now is we have to pay a fee for checking in the bike. Here, it seems like that is part of the border process. So let's check it out. The guy that I have to pay is having lunch, so I have to wait for a minute. And where I was just a minute ago is on the other side of this blue wall. So I have to pay a fee. Right over there. It's all good. The bike's in the country, and we're gonna get going. And we are in Guatemala, where only half the road is paved. Made it into Guatemala. This is one of the first, well, not really the first, but one of the comedors, so a little eatery just by the highway. And I just had my first Guatemalan meal right here. The choices were chicken or a hamburger. I chose the chicken. It was good. So now we have about an hour to go, or an hour and a half. We're going to the Tikal ruins, which are also Mayan ruins from a long time ago. And we're gonna check them out. We're gonna stay there overnight and hopefully check out the ruins as well. Maybe today and otherwise in the morning. All right, over and out. Here is the wilderness of Guatemala. Some of you that know me know that I have a little beast back home called Jinx, and they have really big jinxes right here in the Tikal Park near the ruins in Guatemala. All right, gotta watch out for these guys too on this road here. Okay then, how about these guys? I think they call them cotis. I think I had one of them visit me when I was camping down by one of the waterfalls in Mexico. Better watch out for turkeys too. Getting close to Christmas. Those I'm a bit more familiar with. We got those back home. So we made it to Tikal, which is in the middle of Guatemala, of the jungle. And it is about 4 o'clock, so I should have a couple of more hours of light. And so I'm just gonna try to see some ruins. We made it to the first ruins in Tikal. This is complex queue of old buildings. Of course, it continues on in the distance. There's not much left of that one over there. And on we go. They haven't even given us much time because my ticket expires in an hour and a half. So I have to hike a little bit in the heat to get some stuff. Otherwise, I might have to buy another ticket for the morning. We'll see what happens. So we found some wildlife. Some of these cooties, I think. Maybe there's something else. There's 4 of them that I see. Another one. All of these are, I don't know, 1,500 years old or something like that, or older and abandoned at some point by the Mayans that obviously don't live anymore. More ruins up there. And now we're getting to the big round plaza. There's a bunch of people around as well. Oh, there's a lot of buildings. Got this one behind me. Well, I guess this is the Grand Plaza. Buildings everywhere. And who knows what kind of events they had going on here 2,000 years ago. So now we're walking behind the scenes because we can actually climb up on some of these. A little bit limited. But, you know, they built some stairs up here. And let's see. Let's check it out. So we made it at this little square behind the main building, which apparently housed the royals in the past. So let's see where it leads us, because we can go right through here looking for the next one. This 17-year-old temple over my shoulder, and then down here we have something else. Looks like there used to be events of some sort down here way back. So just sitting here having some reflections, and turns out that these Mayans were here from 800 years before the year 0 until about 800-900 years after. Which means that some of these buildings are almost 3,000 years old. Which also means that all the lush trees that you see around here, the whole jungle, that, well, pretty much nothing of what I've seen today was here when these buildings were built. Because I don't see too many trees that are 3,000 years old over here. You know, a little narrow, these corridors, but pretty sure these stairs are not 3,000 years old. Time to hike back before it gets dark. because they do have jaguars here. And they look like my little kitty Jinx, just a little bigger. So I'm not gonna try that out, I'm pretty sure. This guy got pretty close. Hey. All right, I'm not meant to scare you. I just wanted to record you for a minute, okay? Just continue. Cute little cookies. Hey, buddy. Ready to get going again? We're at Tikal all night. Here's the bike. We're gonna have to navigate these lovely rocks again. They bounce you up and down in all directions, but it's really good. So that is the way we're going to leave the jungle lodge Tikal. And that's what we're gonna ride down there. That's not a surprise. All right, let's go to the inlands of Guatemala. So we've come to the end of the road, but fortunately right across the river there is the ferry that's coming this way. I'm just gonna get on and cross this river in the town of Sayatche, or something like that. So we've been riding for an hour and a bit or so, and we got at the end of this road. I just passed all the trucks. Hopefully that's okay. And now we're right here, waiting for the ferry to come back and get us. The ferry almost made it. It's going to let us on. Ooh. We've been loaded on the ferry. We're leaving again. Right on the back. This is how we're going to make it to the other side. Two tiny little, well, not really speedboats, I guess. Just going to ride across. As well for guardrails, by the way. This is where I'm standing. Just making sure I'm holding the bike a little bit so it doesn't fall over. We're making good headway. Right over there. That's where we need to go. We're getting close. Slow and steady wins the race. We have two engines. Side. And in a couple of minutes, I guess we'll just get off again. So I found this little cool place filled with palm trees, where we just thought we'd just have a quick little break. So cool. Look, that one's numbered. That's tree number 108. So hey guys, this is day number 1. Official day number 1. Full day number 1 in Guatemala. Left Tikal and now I'm on my way south. Not gonna quite make it to the capital or the old capital of Antigua Tigua, which used to be the capital of Guatemala, and apparently is quite pretty. But we'll see where we go. As you can see, we're right now parked underneath a palm tree in a palm tree forest, in a mosquito forest. Little break spot. Palm trees, different type of palm trees than we've seen before, of course, but yeah, it's cool. Probably shouldn't stay too long because I already feel the mosquitoes biting me again. They've been killing me alive the last few days. But hey, what can you do? Just stopped by the side of the road in this little restaurant for some pork and chicken. It's a pretty small little dish, but it looks tasty, so let's try it. And then all of a sudden this comes along. Well, looks like we're going into the mountains. It's interesting because my nav says it's another 100 kilometers, and my nav also says it's another 3 hours. So 3 hours, 100 kilometers. That's usually not how slow I drive, but let's see what happens. Just some more Guatemala. This showed up among some mountain road. Some cute valley. They have all these big rocks covered with greens. That's pretty. Oh dear, we had this beautiful pavement sliding through the turns, and all of a sudden this started happening. So I have to stay 32 kilometers on this road. And this is what it's looking like. There's a big truck up ahead. I'm gonna have to find a way to pass him shortly. Anyway, let's see how it goes. This is actually a pretty smooth part, but sometimes they have just big rocks like this, and that's a little bit less fun, a little bumpy. But now I start understanding when they say it takes 2 hours to do 60 kilometers. Let's see. So we've done about 10k on this stuff, and uphill. You can probably see, like, they're pretty big freaking rocks. I stopped at a relatively smooth surface because getting going again is tough. But this could be worse. It's beautiful out here. Easy hard gravel, because going uphill on the big rocks is not easy. That's the road we're going to. That's how sweaty it makes you to ride this, because this is one hell of a friggin' heavy bike, but it's fun. So far I haven't dropped the bike yet. Knock knock knock, just stalled a few times. So here we are in rural Guatemala, and we ran into another rider here. Rory from Ireland. Rory, where are you going?
Rascal from Ireland.
There you go.
So I've been traveling for about 2 to 3 weeks from Mexico down to Guatemala. I'm going to go back up through Belize, back to Mexico, see my family for Christmas at Cancun, hopefully. And I've taken the light route. I've taken the light option. 140 kilos of bicycle. Hey.
Hello.
And a small bag. And I keep it. I only have a really small toolkit, and I'm
Have you needed it yet?
not yet. No, I just got the bike service in Mexico City.
Ah.
You can buy a new bike like this for $2,000.
Yeah.
That's about the cost of one spark plug for a BMW.
I could have bought 3 bikes like that for my repairs.
I know. I've been
So
there.
the road we did today, this is the easy part.
Yeah.
And my bike, it weighs so much. So yeah, you definitely got the right one here there, Rory. There goes Rory. Off he goes. Meanwhile, we're going up here. So we've had a bunch of these areas where, you know, you see these big rocks on the side. That it's just rocks like this with no dirt in between, and it's really hard, especially going uphill. You just have to keep the pace going, otherwise you stall and then you can't get going again. But this is actually really good. Maybe not this little section here, it's a little bumpy, but yeah, Rory told me it's not that far anymore, so let's keep going. Bike's doing good, no flat tires, so let's make it. This is the hostel for tonight. I think we're gonna do a little plunge in this water.